Bringing a story to life is as simple as reading a book, and sparking the love of reading depends on those who will read stories aloud to pre-readers.
Yes, there's an organization that focuses on early childhood literacy. Stacy Panoranda is the Sussex County Director of Read Aloud, Delaware. She joins us this afternoon. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, before we get into the program, we want to ask you about a very special guest that has joined you, Jimmy Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that relationship?
Yes, actually, we have a bilingual outreach coordinator, and she is great friends with Jimmy Allen and his family, and she arranged to have him do a Facebook Live event for Read Aloud, promoting his children's book, My Voice is a Trumpet. And it's a wonderful book. They had his kindergarten teacher come on and actually read the book for him, and we were able to ask questions, and it was great.
That's awesome.
Wow, that is neat.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about reading aloud to a child. Why is it so important?
Well, we focus on the very young, 0 to 5-year-olds, and we know we do that because we know that the brain is developing faster in those formative years than any other time in life. And if we can fill that brain with words and stories and pictures and imagination, we can help it develop positively, and we can establish a foundation in literacy so that those children are ready for kindergarten and hopefully inspire them to become readers themselves.
Nice.
Yeah, and a lot of organizations had to find a way to pivot during the pandemic the last couple of years, and that happened with the Lena Start program as well, right?
Yeah, Lena Start, pre-COVID, we were having volunteers go into child care centers, preschools, elementary schools, and read one-on-one to children. Of course, that became impossible with the pandemic, and so we pivoted to the Lena Start program, which we did virtually and still do virtually, but are moving towards in person. It is a parent empowerment program. It hones in on parents of children 0 to 3, again, in those real formative years, and the parents sign up for an hour a week for 10 weeks. A facilitator such as myself speaks to them and teaches them tips and techniques on how to incorporate more talk and more reading aloud into what they're already doing during their daily routines with their children. And then between those sessions, those weekly sessions, the child wears a t-shirt or a vest such as this with what we call a talk pedometer. It basically captures the home language environment for one day, and then it will translate it into kind of bar graphs where a parent can see their progress in how many words they're speaking with their child, how many back and forth conversational turns they're having. So it really helps them progress as they start using the techniques they're learning in the workshops.
That's really cool. That's really neat.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Now, the Delaware Read Aloud program, I understand that you guys rely on volunteers.
Oh yeah, we're totally volunteer driven for the most part.
And is that getting into places to read to the children?
Yes, our volunteers come from all walks of life, are all different ages, and basically they commit to an hour and a half or two once a week, and they're assigned to a specific partner site. Pre-COVID in Sussex County alone, we had 41 different child care centers and schools that we were reading in. Currently, we've got 22 of those back, so a little more than half, and we're hopeful that by the fall, fingers crossed, we'll have all 41 come back and allow our volunteers in there.
Absolutely. What kind of feedback have you gotten from parents of children that have taken part in this program?
We've found, and the nice thing is with reading aloud to children, we can't follow those children and kind of get exact statistics on how our reading aloud has impacted them. But with the Lena Start program, we aggregate all of the data from our different parent groups, and we are finding that they're increasing the number of words that they speak to their child on a daily basis by 22%, and they're reading aloud from the beginning to the end of the program 13 more minutes a day. That's huge.
That's huge.
You know, and they're really, the simple fact of talking to them, conversing, engaging in books is setting their children up for life success, for school success, and therefore life success. So
that's wonderful.
That's awesome,
That's wonderful. Well, Stacy, thank you so much
Yes.
for being here, and we'll have information on our website if you would like to volunteer with Read Aloud Delaware. Thank you.
thanks
Thank
for
you,
having me.
Stacy.
Thank you.